And 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Awkward Thinking Podcast. I'm Nas, aka Stacks.
What up? I'm Vince.
And we are the Awkward Thinkers.
What the energy.
Yes, great energy all day, every day. We have a very special guest with us today. Some may know him as a very toxic person. Some may know him as a great inspirational person, a speaker of such sorts. Man, I got my brother in the motherfucking house today. Raquel motherfucking Sands. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up. Tell the people what you is and what you ain't. Shout it.
I appreciate the intro. I don't know about the toxic part, but I appreciate the other compliments. But it's a pleasure to be here with you boys in the studio today. Okay. Let's get to it.
All right, great. How you been, man? How's things? Time? Yeah, I'm dead ass like thinking about like crying every time my alarm goes off for work. Like I'm like working in the kitchen is probably like top 5 worst things you can do. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you why. Because we both working. Me and you, we
I'm
both
about to
working.
say if you're not a kitchen person, then if you ain't a cooking person,
I feel I work with a fucking fake ass Gordon Ramsay right now. So I feel like I'm on Top Chef every fucking day. Oh, like I fucking gotta present like, yes, these are scalloped yams and all type of shit. Like this.
So he be screaming and calling your name.
He be called like literally like
scalloped yams.
Scalloped yams. That's different.
How do you make that?
This just thin sliced candy yams, right? Yeah, it's thin sliced.
Wouldn't that still just be yams?
Yeah, but it's scalloped.
Are you asking us how to make it?
No, I'm just saying, like, that's what it... What, am I saying something wrong?
I just feel like... Because I just made yams for the first time the other day.
But you never did them scalloped?
I thinly sliced them into little circles and just laid them out into the pan.
Right, so that would be scalloped candy yams.
We just putting names on shit.
If it's scalloped potatoes, it's scalloped.
Or it's just candy yams.
Okay. Or it's scalloped candy yams.
Listen, that's like banana pudding. Banana pudding, you can make. Well, I can't say you can make it any kind of way, but you can layer it any kind of way, and layering it a certain way doesn't change it from being banana pudding.
But all right. So what makes it different from being scalloped potatoes then?
Banana pudding?
No, scallop wood from any type of fucking potatoes.
The difference between scalloped potatoes and the other potatoes is the other ingredients that come in with it. It's not how it's cut. Scalloped potatoes, there's heavy whipping cream, there's butter, there's fucking garlic,
right,
and other shit.
You can do that same shit. You can do that same exact shit.
And then you're thinly slicing the potatoes at the same time. So you can't do the same shit because,
yes, you can.
Listen, with candy yams, there's the sugar, the honey, the fucking brown sugar, and whatever else, nutmeg, all that. And then the yams. That's
so it. You can't put heavy whipping cream onto the fucking thing?
The yams?
Yes.
I don't know how that's gonna come out.
That might come out really good.
Did we come here to talk about cooking?
We didn't.
Y'all might have come up with some shit that's not.
But that's nice, right?
I was thinking because I'm like that might not. Because I threw marshmallows on top of mine.
Okay. That's white people
candy
shit.
Yard? Yeah,
that's white people shit.
They fucked that shit up. Them little black kids.
Them little white, but it's more white kids that probably suggested.
I'm not trying to hear that. Black people do that shit. Okay. That they fuck that shit up.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you will.
I ain't got no.
I feel like a diabetic after listening to putting marshmallows and sugar and all that shit inside.
I don't even eat yams. The shit look like nothing but fucking sugar and yams or whatever. Of course that's what it is, but yeah. It's horrible, but people be fucking that shit up.
It's a bag of fucking brown sugar, a bag of fucking regular sugar, like 3-4 sticks of butter.
Some syrup, some nutmeg, cinnamon, yep.
And vanilla abstract, that shit.
No, abstract.
If you eat yams for real, like if you say I really love yams, like if you at Thanksgiving, like yams is some heavy shit on your plate, you need to check your kidneys, but they might not be all right.
My thing is, you're from the Bahamas. You didn't really. Did you say that in your intro? You didn't say that
I didn't.
So yeah, let the people know where you from, man.
So if you hear the accent, don't be alarmed. I'm from the land of sun, sand, and sea, beautiful Nassau, Bahamas.
Ooh, I don't got my butt. But like, y'all don't like really sweet candy yams, right?
No, people actually love like sweet yams. We just don't call them candy yams. That's the first time I heard that term when I came here, and I Thanksgiving with Americans like candy yams. Like you put candy in the yams. That's what I was thinking, because most of your foods you kind of. It's in the definition of what it is. So I was thinking candy was in the yams. No. But we do eat yams. It's just not as sweet. Right. But I'm not a big fan of yams anyway. So don't give me that shit. It's I don't like the texture of yams too.
I don't like cooked fruit. And that's just some shit.
Fucking cooked
yam
fruit.
Is considered a fruit.
So
then you don't like tomatoes.
I would have agreed with you, but I like pineapple on pizza, so I can't say I don't like cooked
Nigga,
fruits.
We don't need to kick you off the show this early in the game. You talking about some pineapple on pizza. That's trifling.
That shit is
nasty.
That's so good, bro.
That shit is actually good.
Bro. That shit trifling. I've been getting hip to newer shit, though. Like, someone just got me hip to heavy whipping cream and iced tea. Like milk and iced tea?
Oh, I never.
I'm like, bro, you trifling as hell.
That's some like, fat shit, though.
Yeah, it is some good.
But it tastes good as fuck. Shit. It give it a nice little, it's like, okay, I might have to fuck with this.
The transition a little bit different. You know how we had a little great banter and shit like that, but it's for me, I'm getting worried about for the state of the podcast game for me. Only reason because I keep seeing the same shit being ran down to the fucking ground. What does she bring to the table? What does he bring to the table? What is more valuable, your mom, God, or your children? Or what else? If I make $50K a year, what should my wife do? Or a man should demand a sandwich at 3 a.m. Like,
and she should make it and shit like that.
And bow. She got a bow too.
She got a bow.
She got a bow. Don't forget that bow.
like coming to America, you don't one leg and hop. You know?
Arf.
That shit's sick. I never watched Coming to America, but
wait, what?
Take my card. Take my black card.
That's one of those.
Hand it over.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I think the state of podcast is like that right now because there's an influx of people. Like everybody is running and trying to grab a mic, and I'm not knocking that, but I do think like. You know, this is you have a platform here, and when you have a platform, you need to be, giving out correct information, and your platform. It don't always got to be positive shit, but I do feel like it don't need to be nothing negative, and it is like come with some originality, but it's like that with everything. Like
I seen a podcast where they got into an argument and two men spit on each other.
Whoa.
I saw that,
Yeah, two men spit on each other. They got into a heat of a fucking argument and spit on each other. Then I seen another podcast, a woman, she gets like, a homie sent it to me. She gets like riled up so much. She stands up and like yelling at this man like in his face. And I'm like, is this Royal Rumble? Is podcasting turning into like Jerry Springer or Maury or some shit like that? Like, and I understand, like, everybody wants to start a podcast just like everybody wants to rap. But it's like, what? Like, a homie told me, he was like, we need, it's more of aesthetic look. Oh, y'all, we need a bad bitch on here. Now we need to look, this needs to be a luxury look. Oh, excuse me. I just spat.
So, no one would have known
that shit in your mic.
No, like it was like a luxury podcast, or you got to have a certain look now to be a podcaster. Like what are we striving to? Because it's now I've seen so many dope people do podcasts that they're everyday fucking people. They have everyday fucking problems. So why are we being sheep and subscribing to the same shit? I don't believe everybody should have a platform. And the people we give platforms, it's like, it's sick. It's evil to what we like think is entertainment or enjoyment. And I don't even blame it. I don't even think it's adults subscribing to it. So I really think it's kids that grow up and then they be like, oh, this is what like podcasting is shaping, like how television shaped our mind to what we believe and think. Well, this is what podcasting to younger, our like a 12 to 17-year-old who's really getting into like those type of podcasts. Those are what they're willing to think, and they are shaping the minds of the youth today.
Well, I think that there's a responsibility that is associated with your opinion, and with your platform. So if you are a person who is in a position to influence others, you are responsible for the information that you are disseminating. And I feel like way back when in media in general, there was a proper etiquette associated with what was acceptable in media and what wasn't. Now, I do believe that a lot of black like entertainment companies and black media was censored and it was kind of like watered down, but I do think that there is a responsibility that you have with your platform to make sure that, hey, I'm disseminating the right information, or that the influence that I have is bringing about like the right type of change. Because think about it, just back in last year when they had the big riot at the Capitol, like that was a lot of people who was pushing that kind of Trump agenda and all that kind of crazy ass like antics and shit, like, hey, he stole the election, oh, this is gonna happen, he's taking away your guns and all that dumb shit, and people hopped on that bandwagon and you had a riot and people died, you feel me? So it's a lot of people in media who was responsible for that uproar. So as people in media, I just think that you have to be careful what you putting out there.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like also not even to add on to that, but it's some dope podcasts. Like I've been seeing like Lear and Lionel, like these two niggas, these some big niggas. But like they make themselves like.
What do that mean?
Look, can you let me fucking finish, man? They make. I'm
body
saying
positivity,
like,
man.
They're big niggas. Like they make it. They're big and sexy. Like not saying it like that. Not saying it like that. But like they make themselves like I'm a male. I'm confident and I talk about sex and I talk about what I like and I'm attractive in my own right. But since that podcast has a look, we have to be chisel chest, we have to be in the fucking gym.
Do you find them attractive?
No, I don't find them attractive, but I'm saying that in their lane, they're trying to make, you can be big and attractive and still talk about sex and having these many partners. That's a good podcast for that. It's another one that says black people love, black people love
Black people love Paramore.
Yeah, and she talks about different, like why black people like Tony Hawk, why black people love self-love and shit like that. These are things that they don't have that platform just yet, but just because this wave of fucking bullshit that people are fucking subscribing to, that they will never like Don't Call Me White Girl. I used to, when she was on $1 Million Worth of Game, I always listened in and tuned in. Number one, she was witty. She wasn't the most attractive woman, but she's attractive to somebody. She's just not that attractive to me. Not saying it like that. She was witty. She was insightful, and she really gave some real game from the people's perspective. And she didn't have to look the part. She might have came out this motherfucker rugged and looked, but I'm just tired of podcasting that it has to be a look now.
You gotta realize, and a lot of people gotta also realize, that podcasting used to not be visual. Like like 4 or 5 years ago, for the most part, there wasn't no visuals for podcasts. It was just straight in the studio, just like this, uploading audio to different places. Now, I know people are using video, but it's like everybody, you can't dress shit up.
Yeah.
You can't just dress it up and think because you dress it up it's going to look better, or I mean, yeah, it'll look better, but the content won't be better just because you throw some nice little shiny shit on it. And that's the thing. Even with the influx of podcasters, just because you pick up this mic don't mean you go keep it. Like a lot of people
That was a bar.
A lot of people get into different shit and hop on the trend of something. And don't get me wrong, because for some people, this shit might be like for us. This shit was it was very helpful for us. It's like therapeutic and it's nice, and it was something like we didn't realize we needed at the time. But like, let's say people who are just doing it just to get followers or just to get a following and shit. They don't keep up with it because this shit isn't easy. It take time, it take effort, you gotta go in, find out what the fuck the algorithm is. You gotta like find out what time you should post everything. You gotta go do cuts, and we ain't even the niggas to do. Well, he does editing, but in our videographer,
do your words, Q.
Yes. Quincy. He does a lot of our editing too as well. So it's like that, and those are hours. That's hours of work. And if you ain't qualified for it, and if you ain't got the heart for it, you not gonna keep up with it. It's a lot of people who have podcasts, and after the third episode, like, yeah, I'm throwing the towel in. It's just people gotta come in the shit with good quality content. Not saying our shit is just the best at all, because like now that we are on Apple Podcasts, we've realized like we listen to our old audio, we listen to some of our old conversation, and it's not horrible, but it's like we've been able to grow through that. Like how many episodes in? We in
30 something.
We in the 30s. So it's like that took time. That took a lot of time, effort, and everything. And it's like, it's a journey, and you got to just stick with it. A lot of niggas ain't gonna stick with it because it's the work.
Yeah.
More importantly than that, though, I think I'm just gonna make this a broad spectrum. People in media is the fact that every organization needs a vision and a mission. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Your vision is where you see yourself in 3 to 5 years. Yeah, you might be starting at this level, but what do I see my podcast? What do I see my audience growing into in this certain time frame? That's your vision. And then more importantly than your vision is your mission. Like, what do I seek to accomplish by getting on here and talking about the topics that I'm talking about? What impact am I making? Am I inspiring change? Am I trying to mobilize a movement? Like, what the fuck am I really here for doing? Or am I just here talking just to hear myself?
Yeah.
Too many people got mics and they just talking to hear themselves, like you said. Too many people get into this and it's like, there's no real drive behind it. It's just like, I'm here for it to be here. And I think that also has a lot to do with the influx of celebrities and shit with it too.
Yes.
Because I feel like celebrities, I'm not knocking nobody for ever, starting a podcast, but
whatever.
Some of y'all, it's like y'all niggas, you already have so much already going on, and I do feel like, niggas hop on here, take shit from other smaller people, use it on their platforms and shit, and get that attention and get that glow up, and it's like, nigga, you just doing this because it's hot right now.
Exactly.
You not doing it because it's like something like you really, there's nothing behind it besides money for you. And again, I don't knock a nigga who in it just for a bag, but it's like y'all are taking away, or you taking up space in a space that was already really limited. I feel like this isn't for celebrities to just come through and be like, yeah, we got a podcast now, tune in.
Yeah, and I feel like celebrities, like I always say this, it's a lot of money in the world, but the opportunities are slim. And with the celebrities being in this space, they have ample amount of fucking opportunities. And like the podcast that I named, and even for us and for other podcasts that's underneath us or whatever the case may be, give us the opportunity. T.I. said out his mouth, he said, I stopped podcasting because it wasn't enough money in it for me. And he said I was getting about 10,000, 30,000. Now for a smaller podcast, let's say for us, we're a smaller podcast, 10,000 for us, that's great. That's phenomenal.
That's life changing.
Yes, that's a whole different. I'm looking at shit a little different now. But that's what I'm saying. Celebrities is just doing this because they have the platform, and then their researchers are fucking interns that look at these sort of podcasts that they're dedicated to, give them to the higher ups, and say, hey, this and this and that, and don't have a guaranteed job at the end of the fucking day. Interrupt. We have breaking news. We have brand new episodes every Thursday at 6 p.m. So make sure you follow us for updates on Instagram and TikTok. All right, see ya. Enjoy your awkward session.
So look, almost a year ago, me and Nas had a conversation in our kitchen, and he was like, you got to get yourself out there. And I'm like, I'm not in the position, or I'm not where I want to be at in life right now, where I want to take on a relationship. Like, I'm not doing well financially, I'm not doing well spiritually, mentally, none of that. And it was like, he was like, well, shit, nigga, being like, you broke, yeah, right now, but that don't mean you can't date and you can't be happy. And I feel like if you broke, you don't have business dating. Like, if you fucked up, you don't have no business dating. Get your shit together first, and then you go out and you date. Because I feel like it's irresponsible. You taking on a whole nother responsibility. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying poor people don't need love, but I'm saying, I'm for real, I'm saying, like, don't, like me, the situation that I was in, I wasn't even like financially straight. Like my money, I wasn't taking care of my money the way I should have been taking care of my money. And so like with that, I was being irresponsible with a lot of shit. And if I can't handle myself, if I can't handle all the shit that I'm doing, why put that on another person? Why bring another person into that situation? I felt like.
What you got?
So I agree with that. I agree with him
to a certain extent.
Nah, I'm gonna go further.
Okay.
I'm taking that.
Right, go ahead.
I agree with what he's saying. Like, if you in a fucked up place, like, you have to get you together because you inviting someone else in your space when you're dating.
Okay.
So for me, dating when you date someone seriously and you're actively dating them, you're preparing them for the next phase in your experience. So whatever that next phase is, if you're dating for marriage, if you're dating for long-term commitment, whatever your dating purpose is, you're preparing that person for that life that y'all gonna be moving into. And if you are in a fucked up place, you're saying to them, I am preparing you to have a fucked up experience with me long term. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about it.
Or some women want to be for the ride, man. For the ride. You broke right now. Listen, I know when I was broke, and I'm not saying I'm not broke right now. I'm not broke.
It's a difference between being broke and being fucked up.
Right. But
you high quality broke, you broke gay.
But yes, I'm broke gay.
I like that.
But no, like I feel like when I was broke, I was providing probably like the best dick in my life. Oof. Yeah. But I don't got shit to do. All I gotta do is play the game, talk shit to my friends, and then bust some cheeks. Come on. When you broke, you giving the best sex experiences of your life.
You was just borrowing pussy until you got back on your feet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Go ahead.
You telling me you can't fuck like that with a job?
No.
You too tired.
Me fucking now, I'm tired as fuck.
I ain't gonna lie. I was scheduling all my little moves
when you was on your weekend, on your off days.
Because I got in it. And then what's crazy is like, I did... Like I fucked one time right after getting off of work, and it was like it wasn't there. I'm not even ready for this. Like
exactly.
Yeah. So, but that's why it's like, I don't know, nigga. You gotta just wait till the weekend. Let me recharge.
I work weekends, so I don't got no recharge. I fuck on the weekday on the work day. Oof. Yeah, it's treacherous out in these streets, man.
Yeah, but if on some real stuff though, there is expectations that are associated with dating.
Okay.
And those expectation comes with financial responsibilities.
Yeah.
Like if you saying I'm actively dating this girl right now, like you saying that I'm committing to flowers, I'm committing to small gifts here and there, you're committing to dates. I mean, I'm not saying that all these things have to be like super grandiose. It's just the gesture that says, listen, I'm thinking about you. Like, I have this affection toward you, and this is how I'm expressing it in this way. So if you're not ready to fucking commit to actively doing that, if you're not consistent with that, so say you have it this month and you doing it over this month, she getting used to that type of treatment. Like, yeah, this nigga drop me flowers. Right. He come to my work and drop me lunch, and we go on dates on the weekend. She already had 4 dates back to back this month. Man. And then next month, your pockets ain't got it. Mm-hmm. She's expecting that same type of treatment next month.
No, she's not. Then we're hey, you want to go for a walk?
We're not saying you can't switch it up, but it's like you can't be. I just feel like to be broke is to you have mental battles going on, especially as a man, as a black man.
That's true.
If I'm broke, shit is not right. Nothing is right. And I'm not saying like if my bills and shit is paid, food in the fridge, I can be broke and I can be comfortable. But if I'm broke and I'm trying to scrunch up money for rent or a bill or shit, I'm not comfortable at all. I'm going through it mentally and everything, because it's like you feel inadequate as a man. Like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And this only applies to, I feel like, people in our situations. Like if you young, you in high school or you in college, you can afford to be broke and still date, because you're not in a situation where you have to be financially independent for real. Well, some college students do got to be financially independent, but it's not forced upon you. Whereas like now niggas are out of school, we got our own jobs, we got our own house and shit. You can't afford to not afford shit. Like you got to be able to afford shit in order to be happy in life right now. And it's sad, but that's just how shit is.
It's the harsh reality.
It is.
I don't know. I feel like you can date while broke. You just gotta be real creative. I really think you just gotta be creative. Let's do a sip and paint. I'm gonna get like 3.
You gotta buy the fucking paint and the canvases and the brush.
But you can make your paint. TikTok is available.
You go outside to make paint out of mud and
you can
clay.
Like let's sculpt out of the earth. Like let's make mud pies like kids.
I know your ass is not going outside to pick up some mud to make some paint.
Being broke isn't just about the affordability of shit. That's why I said it's a mental thing too. Cause and if you mentally not there, you shouldn't be dating.
If a girl's willing to be with you while you're being broke,
have enough respect for her to leave her alone.
No.
I feel like have enough respect to leave her alone.
No.
Have enough
I'm not
respect.
agreeing with that.
I'm agreeing with that.
If you're telling her to like, I'm not in the best position, and she still wants to fuck with you, you have no choice to say,
No, yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Because listen, you do right by other people. I feel like that's a selfish move. It's
That's
like
not. If she wants to put her life on the line like that, that's not
do you
your.
hear what you saying?
I'm not. I'm
She
hearing what I'm
wants to put
saying.
the life on the line for
Yes.
dating,
Yes.
bro. I feel like so. For every human being, bro, there's 2 P's. It's to be provided for and protected. Now, for men and women, the importance of certain things is more prevalent. So I feel like for a woman, being provided for more on the financial side, you need to protect her heart, her emotions. You need to make sure she feels safe and secure around you. You feel me? That's what you provide and you protect it as a man toward a woman. Mm-hmm. For a man, you need to be able to provide for yourself firstly, because you feel inadequate as a man when you're not able to do those things. I feel like that's a fundamental thing as a man. When you can't provide for yourself, you feel less than, bro. And I don't know how many of y'all been broke before, but I've been broke before, and it's not a good feeling, bro.
So let me ask y'all this, because y'all acting like y'all just leaving bitches alone, and so when y'all was fucking broke, y'all wasn't entertaining not a near fucking
Not
soul.
a relationship. Not a relationship.
Right,
No, wait, time out. I'm becoming one of them podcasts.
Okay, go ahead.
It's crazy.
Go on.
Because, nigga, you literally said, if a girl wants to fuck around with you, be with you, or whatever the case may be, you said you have the choice to leave that girl alone. When I just asked y'all if y'all was fucking around while y'all was broke, and y'all said, yeah, well, you know, the shit is
No,
cool.
you said fucking around. I'm glad you being intentional with your words, though. You said fucking around. Like, we fucking? Yeah. You fucking
around is different.
But you said you dating this girl?
And I also, I'm trying to, because I don't want to say this shit and then it be bad, but it's like, I'm not fucking someone who I feel like is a potential, like, this is us as a relationship, because I don't want us to get to that point if I'm not in that state of mind at that time. Like, that's the whole thing. Just because we can fuck around. Us fucking around, there's no commitment there. There's no expectation for, hey, this and that or whatever. As a man, I still got needs, and as a woman, she still got needs. So those needs can still be met without us having to be together. Like, motherfucker, we adults, people fuck.
So bringing around town, what's y'all final thoughts on this, man?
If you broke, stay your ass out the dating pool. Stay out of it.
Be creative.
No.
Be fucking creative, nigga. You could make some macaroni projects or whatever, crumble the noodles up and make little sculptures. You could do a lot of She gonna be like, oh, he's romantic, he's creative. It's so much shit you
want to be
bro.
creative, nigga? Create a job. Create an income. Create income.
Yeah. What's that?
Nobody, again, we're not saying you don't deserve love because you're broke, but if you know I'm fucked up mentally because I'm broke, I'm fucked up financially because I'm broke, I don't even feel complete as a man because I don't have the funds that I feel like I need, then leave people. And not just even as a man, as a woman too. If you fucked up and you know you don't got shit, don't get yourself together. That's the only advice for everybody. Get yourself into a situation where you can bring somebody else in and feel comfortable. Because I'm not gonna feel comfortable coming around somebody who broke. I'm sorry. Like, that's not gonna be my thing. Like, and again, it's different levels to being broke. It's not like niggas is saying you need a certain amount in your checking account, but you do need to be able to feel secure in yourself. And that's with anything. If you got insecurities, you shouldn't be dating. If you got this, a disease shit, you shouldn't be dating. If you got certain shit that's holding you back and you know you won't be able to
That's some real
be
stuff
there
right
for
there.
It's real shit, but it's just the way he's saying
And
it.
two, the number one. So again, I go back to my first point. Like, you date with a purpose. What you dating for? If you a person saying I'm dating for long-term commitment, I'm dating for marriage and stuff like that, to be with this person for the like, the number one reason for divorce is finances. So you already started your relationship off wrong.
But she got with me when I was broke.
Bro,
and now she leaving you because y'all broke.
My point is, you set a precedent for the rest of your relationship. You a broke ass nigga now, and you not trying to fix your stuff before you commit to this woman. You gonna be a broke ass, committed ass, broke ass nigga in that relationship.
Because I also feel like that leads it into where now she has to raise you and teach you how to be financially I guess. Like, she got to teach you, like, nigga, save money, do this and do all that. And that's not her job. It's not nobody else's job to, like, have to get on your feet, my nigga.
Can't raise the bed.
Yeah.
So this is the portion of the show where y'all gonna keep hating me for these fucking topics because I got them today. But we get a little awkward right now. Let's go get a little awkward, man.
Well, this is a little bit awkward.
How, Sway?
Okay, this is the portion where we have a little awkward thinking. Today's awkward thinking topic is power in words, and specifically the N word.
Nigger?
Yes. Nigger. So this is my opinion. This is my awkward opinion. Why do we have so much energy when it comes to the N word, when it's said to us in an offensive manner?
You want to know why?
Yes.
Because you said that shit knowing that shit was disrespectful. So you said that shit intentionally to disrespect me. So, nigga, that's what it is. That's literally it. It's the same way as using the word bitch. We can call each other bitches all day. But when I'm talking to a woman, I won't refer to her as a bitch or, oh, bitch, you tripping or nothing like that. Because why? It's different. It's disrespectful. It's seen as disrespectful once you, cross that line. It's just, even us calling each other niggas ourselves. If I call you a nigga, I'm like, come on, nigga, this and that. You're not going to think nothing of it. But if I'm aggressive and I'm, nigga, shut the fuck up. You're going to feel some type of way because of the energy. You're trying to disrespect me.
But I'm saying, like, even with that saying, like what you just said, that tone of voice of saying, nigga, this and that tone. So why you're only going to get offended because you're going to be like, oh, you a bitch ass. You're not offended. I'm telling you, you're not going to be offended from a nigga calling you nigga aggressively versus he's calling you a bitch ass nigga.
I'm never going to be offended by another black man calling me a nigga, but how you talk to me and how you say that word does matter. It's not, and I'm not gonna get offended by a black man calling me a nigga or a black woman, but the way you say it is gonna change the atmosphere of our conversation.
We had an altercation like a year or a year and a half ago when we went paintballing, and when we was about to leave, the gal, I shot her up. And she was like, she got mad. She didn't want to come out the game. And then she called us bitches. Yeah. And it created a whole scene. You feel me?
Right, because the word bitches is just, it's when a man that's okay, breaking them down. But I'm saying with the word nigga, it's still like, all right, we know that it comes from slavery, right? And from the origin, from the origin of being what it's called is. Yeah. Shit, I'm moving my thought already. So what I'm saying, like, if that word has such power or whatever over us, I feel like that is still a white person's way to still put us in that viewpoint. No, so by calling us niggas, because we get so offended when you call a white person a cracker, they will not in a sense get offended. You know why? Because they have it's power in that word, because cracker means the one who cracks the fucking whip. So why do we get so fucking offended when it comes to, oh, you a nigga? All right, what the fuck? You're a racist. So you're saying a person's a racist is more powerful.
No, the fuck
than,
it's not.
No, yes, it is.
I get your point. I get your point. And you know that there's some validity to your point, but I have to disagree because words have connotations.
Okay.
Meaning how they are used gives it its meaning, like how you use the context. is what gives it its true meaning. So if I saw Vince and he was suited and booted, he had on a tie, he had on a nice tux, and I say, bro, that's a bad suit. Really and truly, the word bad is negative. Mm-hmm. But I said, he have on a bad suit. That I really was giving him a compliment. So it's the same thing with the word nigga. Like, when we use it, the word is so versatile to us. We could use it in any way. It's a noun, it's a verb, it's an adjective. We have taken that word and taken the power from them, and we've restored it to ourselves. You feel me? Because we've been able to be so creative with the word. So in the connotation, in the context in which it's used, that's where it's either strengthened or weakened. But I do get your point. Yeah, why do we get so uprolled about it? It's because of the context.
But what you just said, we've changed it. Why not? If this is a word that's so offensive to us that we are trying to move past and progress for, why do we try to make it a term of endearment? Because me calling you a nigga is nothing to be endeared about.
Again, that's the same thing as women calling each other bitches.
But it's still not.
I love her to the death.
But if black people have such a problem with the word nigga, it shouldn't.
I don't have a problem
with the word nigga. We have a problem with white people weaponizing it against us. It's
because it's number one, it's because of movies.
It's not because of movies.
Yes, it is because of movies. Because if listen,
do you
go ahead?
Listen,
please.
Because I don't say it's because of movies. Because I don't give a fuck about a movie. It's because we done sat here. My grandparents were calling niggas. My mother was calling nigger. My father was calling nigger. That goes down. That's a generational thing. That's not okay, I saw this in a movie and I don't like that. You don't let people disrespect you and call you no fucking nigger. And again, you calling me a nigger, you're intentionally trying to be disrespectful. You're going out of your way, because you can call me a bitch, a motherfucker, you can call me anything else. But once you call me a nigger, you as a white person, you make that a racist thing. Me and a white person can be in the most heated argument or about to fight, and we can be a bunch of motherfuckers, a bunch of bitches and hoes. But the moment you call me a nigger, you done took that to a whole different place. That's no longer about what we were into it about or about the context. Now you've made it about me being black. And you've said by calling me a nigger, out your own mouth, you are telling me I'm trying to disrespect you. I am intentionally trying to go that far with you.
And one more point to that. There has been debate in this last decade or two about the true origin of the word nigger. Mm-hmm. So some black scholars say that the word nigger, actually, the original spelling was Nig, 1G-E-R. And it was a term given to scholars. Mm-hmm. So you reach a certain level in your scholastic endeavors and they deem you, it was a title. So black scholars have now gave us a new thought process behind the word nigger. So if the true origin of this word really meaning that you were a scholar, this was something that made you renowned, you feel me? Then that means that just like most things, white people took something that was authentically us, was authentically ours, changed it, used it against us, and now we are taking that word back.
So are you getting offended from a white person saying nigga if they're reciting lyrics from a song?
Yes, don't fucking say it. It's not.
How can you stop that when festivals, number one, the majority of population is white, right?
What majority of what population? Not ours. Not in America. States. That's not true. That is not true. We got too many fucking Latinos running around
right now, and they will be the majority in the next 4 to 3 years.
Why do you think they just did that Roe versus Wade shit? Because their population is not as high as everybody else's. That's some shit they tell y'all. But no, that their population is not as high, especially compared to everybody else. White people are becoming the minority.
Right.
It is not the same.
That is a real statistic. By 2040, they'll be a minority.
Right. And I understand that. And I understand that. I've done my history and my research and shit.
Big dog. Nigger scholar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what I would say to that is you can't stop these white people from saying that in the festival. It's been multiple. It's been multiple times. And it's okay for rappers. Rappers do it all the time. They put it in context. You listen to narrations where the white announcer is probably saying nigga in the audiobook. Am I right or am I wrong?
Because I'm not listening to no fucking audio book that even has anything to do with a white man saying nigger. Like,
but if anything,
if it pops up,
it's not acceptable because I'm not saying it's okay for a white person to say the word nigga. But I'm also saying that these massive amount, we even get hype when a white person get Lil Durk lyrics right.
No, we don't get hype. Motherfuckers on social media get hype, but we don't get hype. That don't impress me. You know,
it doesn't impress you, but for the grand majority of black people,
So make sure you follow the Awkward Thinking page on Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube. Follow us, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you leave a bunch of comments in the comment section. Interact with us for all your little funny, awkward moments. Tune in.
Oh, go ahead.
Trying to control white people saying nigga, I'm not. It's to control what you can, and don't try to control what you can't. I'm not thinking about a white person at a festival hundreds of miles away. I'm not even there saying the word nigga. That has nothing to do with me. But while you in my presence and while you are around me, you better not say the shit. Don't say it. Don't breathe it. Don't even fucking whisper it. Nothing. I don't care. Like, there's no reason for you as a white person to even be like, I want to say nigga. What do you get out of it? Why do you feel like you need to be able to say this? I don't care that it's in a rap song and a lyric, nothing. That has nothing to do with that. Skip over the word. It's offensive.
What I want to know is, Nas, from your perspective, like, what do you think the response of black people should be when we hear a white person say the word nigga? And two, what do you think should be the response of white people when they get the urge to say the word nigga?
I think since I grew up in a very diverse town of Philadelphia, and I grew up in Catholic schools and and shit like that. I've
Hail Mary, Mother of Jesus.
Yeah, so I think with a lot of the things that I've witnessed, I wasn't even okay with a white person calling me a Negro.
Why is someone calling you a Negro?
I
You was
feel like
born
that's
in 1998.
I feel like that's worse.
But I'm saying I wasn't okay with that. But what I'm saying to your point, what you're saying is, if I attack him in a malicious manner, he now controls me with that word. Am I right or am I wrong?
I agree with that.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't fully agree with that.
Why don't you?
Because just because I do something doesn't mean you control me. That's not what that is. You disrespecting me, and because you disrespecting me, I handled it how I saw fit. If you choose to put your hands on him, that's what you choose to do. Other people, they pull out their phone. He's saying some racist shit. Take his job away from him. That's the thing. Black people have.
We had fucking phones.
All we had was these hands.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's
right.
what we giving out.
No, we talking about our response now, though.
Right.
I don't care about what happened when we didn't have the phones.
I'm saying
what should be our response now?
I feel like our response, we should not give a fuck. Like, what the fuck are you?
What does giving a fuck even look like?
Giving a fuck is retaliating in such malicious manners, bro. Like, if we give them what we want, we know that they want us in these jail systems. We know they want us to act like the animals that they claim that we are to be. So if we start having this, you punch a white motherfucker, you be like, damn, this motherfucker could take a fucking punch. This nigga is durable. But they don't give a fuck. They don't give a. You can call a white person anything in the fucking world through the Bible on down, and they don't give a fuck. But once we
call them an incest baby, see how upset they get.
They don't get upset from that shit.
No, my whole thing is white people, I feel like, have some supreme sense of guilt when it comes down to things that they do to black people, and you call them out on it. So my whole thing is, our response now should be switching the narrative. White people have always identified or associated black people with violence. But in America and in the world in general, only white people have been barbarians.
Yes.
Plumagers, whatever the P word is. Right.
Yeah.
They were Vikings. They were barbarian. Those were people who were uncivilized.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They were civilized by black people.
They were civilized by black people.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole point is, we need to start changing that narrative and reminding them of their nature. Our nature is never to be violent.
Right.
In all the years, in all the 68, 62 years of slavery, through all the civil rights movements, through all the mass incarcerations in the 1970s and the 1980s, to the drug epidemic, all that stuff, our resolve has never been violent. It's always been peaceful protest. And we shall overcome someday. That's always been our response. We need to start reminding them that their nature has always been to resort to violence. This country would not be an independent nation today had it not been for some white motherfuckers saying, we gonna get some gunpowder, we gonna get some assault rifles, and we gonna shoot at each other and let the best man take the line.
White people are inherently evil as fuck, and I'm sorry to say that. I don't have nothing against all y'all.
Inherently.
Because they are. Y'all are. Like, y'all look at how y'all have done the world. Like he said, nigga, y'all came over here and y'all, the Native Americans was here. Y'all fucked them up. The indigenous people were here. Y'all slaughtered them for no fucking reason. Then y'all slaughtered their animals just so they wouldn't have nothing to eat, so they would starve out. Do you know how fucking nasty you gotta be to do shit like that, bro? You know how trifling you gotta be to skin a motherfucker
Uncivilized you have to be?
Y'all skinning fucking people and then using them as furniture. You know how trifling you gotta fucking be? You're not even a human at that point. Nigga, when it comes to violence and black people, bitch, it's a trauma response. That's what I'm gonna say. You calling me a nigger, it's a trauma response. Now I gotta beat your ass because you went out your way to disrespect me. For real, because it's like, I don't like that kumbaya shit when it comes to black people. We get told to do that shit too much. We done sat up here and sat out in peaceful ass protests, and what they do? They come in, spray niggas, beat niggas, like all that shit happens. That's not, y'all be like, okay, do this and do that, and the white people won't spit on you. That makes no fucking sense. When them niggas stay spitting, like that, it makes no sense. For real, it makes no sense to like, I'm not gonna change myself so this person cannot go out their way to be evil to me. That person needs to change. Let's start talking to white people instead of why do y'all want to say the word? What do you get out of this? Why do you think that's okay? Let's start asking them questions. Don't ask black people, why do we get upset? Why wouldn't I get upset? You get upset when people disrespect you, and that's a normal thing. Now, again, I agree. You don't always got to handle it violently, but at the end of the day, we always have so many options.
I think we always have to be reminded of our nature. As black people, we have always been innovators. That's why our culture is so profound and everybody wants to take portions of it. We've always been the intellects. Before Pythagoras came up with that theorem, the pyramids was already built in Egypt.
Perfectly.
Before all these stuff happened, we were the intellects, we were the engineers, we were the scholars, we were the astronomers. We need to be reminded that that came from us naturally. That was our natural way of living. We created, we produced. You feel me? White people, their nature has always been to take.
Tear down, burn down, rape, all that other shit.
So what needs to happen is not black people stop using the word nigga. We've already taken that back. We are already taking that back. We have already claimed that for ourselves. What we need to do is start reminding these niggas that you can't take what's mine no more. That's what needs to happen from here on out.
Pop them in their fucking mouth.
And with that being said, it's about that time where we leave you with a positive message to get through the week. Special guest Raquel, what is that positive message to get through the week?
The positive message to go throughout this week, man. Remind yourself daily who you are. You are a king. You are a royal priest. You are a producer. You can do literally anything. Everything comes from you. Everything starts with you.
I done got Vince hot. Go ahead.
I'm good. I would just say, if you're not black, for the fucking safety and the health of you don't say nigga. There's no reason why anybody who isn't black should be saying nigga. Even you Mexicans and Latino people don't. That's not no fucking word for y'all either. Like y'all did not. Y'all people weren't enslaved and went through the shit that our people went through in order for y'all was not in the fucking Jim Crow era with us. Not saying y'all weren't persecuted and shit and didn't go through your own, but you weren't slaves with us. That's what I mean. You didn't go through the type of shit that we went through over here in America, where it's like we can take that word back. You were never called.
Vince, people thought you was Mexican,
motherfucker. People do be thinking that, but I'm not. I'm black. I'm black. Don't say nigga if you're not black.
I would say this. I just asked the question, guys. I'm a podcaster. But what I would say to this, to the podcaster point, hey man, there's a lot of dope people out in this world, man. And it's not a lot of people that get that shine. So be different as best as you can. You're gonna get your shot one day. We niggas that's getting our shots, and we wake up when we drunk at 9 a.m. we get to it. We podcast right after work. We making sure it happens. It's the grind. So people gonna see that shit. So despite all the celebrities doing it, despite all this weird shit, keep to it, because this ain't gonna be hot for long. And the survival of the motherfucking fittest. So with that fucking being said, I'm Nas.
I'm Vince.
Special guest.
And I'm Rakil. I'm out.
Thank you for being awkward with us. See you next week.
We didn't want to hella. Man. Are we